exit to the side and do not climb out over the timing pads. If you are starting in water, you must lower yourself over the side. Do not jump or dive. In the event that we need to evacuate the building, the sound you will hear will be an electronic siren and red lights will flash around the building. In this case, please leave the building using the nearest and safest emergency exits, which is to be kept clear at all times. In the event of an emergency, please follow the direction of the swim centre staff. Swimmers and officials, you are reminded not to return to the changing rooms to collect your personal belongings. There should be no glass or hot drinks on poolside. In accordance with Swim Union child safeguarding policies and procedures, any parents or schools who wish to take photographic or video images are requested to focus on their own child as much as reasonably possible to avoid including other children in the images, particularly if those images are being shared with family and friends on social media platforms. Everyone is reminded that the use of a mobile phone or taking of photographic and video images is not permitted in the changing rooms. Should you have any concerns regarding photography or filming at this event, please bring them to the attention of the promoter. Thank you for your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, athletes and coaches, welcome to this session of Swim England Hertfordshire County Championships. Whether you are here at Westminster Lodge or joining us via the live stream, thank you for supporting our swimmers. Before we start this session, will you please put your hands together to thank all of our technical and non-technical officials who have given up their time to ensure this session can take place. Your announcer and commentator for this session is Mr. Peter Bays.
So thank you everyone, and welcome to this final session today. We've got a few events to get through, some 50s and some 200s. So we're ready to get underway with this session. And we start the session with event 461, which is the female 10 to 14 years, 50 metres breaststroke, which is going to be swum in 9 heats, and this is heat 1. So names are on the board, and this one on the 50s. We've got all 11-year-olds except lane 1, which is Emily, who's a 10-year-old, and Grace in lane 7, who are 10. Everyone else is 11. And going well at the moment in the lead. It's Erin in lane 3, and Phoebe in lane 4. Asha is up there as well in lane 5, but these three just slightly ahead of the others at the moment, and it's going to be very close. Erin in 3, Phoebe in 4, who's going to get the touch as they come through, who's on the right stroke, and as they touch, 45.2. First to touch there was Erin Milsom, second was Phoebe Hall in 45.36, and third was Asha. This is heat 2 of the 50 metres breaststroke. Again, there are mainly 11-year-olds in this. We've got two 12-year-olds in 3 and 4, and two 12-year-olds in 6 and 7. Everyone else is 11. Turning first there is Millie Hubble in lane 4 from Harpenden, into the 46. She's going very well, and second and third pretty close at the moment between Skylar in 6 and probably actually over in lane number 1 is Elizabeth Clark from Chesham, but it's going to be close. And as they touch, it is Millie Hubble who touches first in 43.39. Second is Elizabeth Clark, 44.79, and third was actually Albie Milsom in lane 1 with it's lane 0, 44.87. Heat 3 of the 50 metres breaststroke. And this is a heat of all 12-year-olds, apart from lane 4, which is Erin's an 11-year-old. It's the fastest entrant in this heat, and she's already at the front. So the 11-year-old going very well indeed. She turns at about 19 seconds. Flanked on either side at the moment by Kira on lane 3 and Layla on lane 5. Also, it's Emma Todd is going well over in lane 8, but as they touch, first to touch there is Kira Norman, a time of 43.05. Second, Erin Smith, 43.16. And third was Emma Todd at 44. Heat 4 of the 50 metres breaststroke. Mixture of 12 and 13-year-olds coming up to the turn. In the lead at the turn was Hayley in lane 7, but also going now at the same speed pretty much. They're about level. In lane 4 is Orla Gallen, who's her teammate, the two green hats in the lead at the moment, and very close behind them as well is lane 2, which is Anne Aurelia. And as they touch, we see that it's Hayley who takes that at a time of 41.79. Second to touch there was Sophia Shu in 42.44, and third Orla Gallen at 42.145. And there's confirmation of the results on the board. Heat 5 of the 50 metres breaststroke. Big mixture of ages in this heat. We've got an 11-year-old in lane 0, Elizabeth Birchick. A couple of 14-year-olds in 4 and 6, rest of 12 and 13. Leading at the moment is Eloise Geffen. Costa swimmer entered a 41.85, but this is going to be tight because now coming through, we've got in lane 6, we've got Emma Storrow. And also over in lane 2, we've got Zoe as well. And there's a few others as we touch. It is Emma Storrow who does take it in time of 40.38. Second to touch there was Ava Adams, right behind her, 40.70. And third was Eloise Geffen at 40.81. This is heat 6 of the 50 metres breaststroke. So we've got a couple of 12-year-olds in lanes 2 and 7. They're both 12 years old. The rest are a complete mixture of 13 and 14s, but good start. Lanes 4, 5 and 6, Emily in 4, Jessica in 5 and Abby in 6. And also in lane 8 we've got Mao Egner, and these 4 line across the pool. Now joining them over in lane 1 we've got Katie Thompson, and this is going to be very tight. I think Katie may even be in the lead at the moment. It's going to be very, very close as they come through to touch. And actually it is Mao Egner who takes it in a time of 40.55. Second there was Katie Thompson coming through strongly at 40.66, and third, 41.21, was Emily Bessent. Heat 7 of the 50 metres breaststroke. So as they come back in the lead, it's Imogen in lane 4, Imogen Stowe-Hazel from St Albans, under 40 seconds, but alongside her is LD Wu from Verulam. And also over in lane 6 is Tsai Wing-Lai, but as they touch, it is Tsai Wing-Lai who is the one who just gets ahead of those. Very close, that one, 40.07. Second, 40.12, 500ths behind with Imogen Stowe-Hazel, and third, LD Wu at 40.29. And this is the heat 8 of the 50 metres breaststroke. So in this one, they're all 14 apart from lane 0 and lane 5 and lane 8. They're 13-year-olds. Entry times here now are going under 40 seconds. And in the lead at the moment just is Dorothea Ward in lane 6. Linka Grunewald in lane 5 is there as well. These two, I think, are just slightly ahead of the others as they come through to touch. And it is Dorothea Ward who gets a time of 38.18. Linka is second in 38.78. And third was Freya Keeling in 38.97. Heat 9, the final heat of the 50 metres breaststroke. Going up to the halfway turn in the middle of the pool, two fastest swimmers there. Lanes 4 and 5 turn first. Neve Ives in 4 and Olivia Daniel in 5. And this is a good battle between these two. Remember, there's going to be a finals coming up, but who's going to get it out of these two? It's going to be very close indeed as they come to touch. And it is Neve who gets it in a time of 35.64. Olivia Daniel 36.09 in second, and third there was Esme Hui in 37.59. So that completes the younger age groups, and we now move on to event 462, which is a female 15 years and over 50 metres breaststroke. And this is going to be swum in 6 heats. And this is heat 1. Just the 4 on the blocks. Entry times ranging from 40 seconds up to 41, really. So all very close on these 4 in the water at the moment. Into the final length. And it's Ella in lane 5 and Neve in lane 4. Battling it out side by side. Coming up to the final 5 metres. Still side by side. Going to be very close as they come to touch. And Neve Holland gets it, 39.79. Ella Shah second, 40.45. Isabel Smith, 41.6 and 41.78 for Natalie. Heat 2 of the 50 metres breaststroke. One senior swimmer, 18-year-old Tori Hunt in lane 3, the rest of 15 in this one, but going down the second length. It's between in lane 3 Tori Hunt and in lane 5 Myla Chang, see, and we are very, very close to the end coming through. They're going to touch together. Wow. Tori gets it in a time of 38.34. Myla second in 38.48, and third there was Rachel Ord in 38.78. Heat 3 of the 50 metres breaststroke. Coming up to the turn. As they come off the all into the final length. In the lead at the moment, over in lane 0 and lane 1, you've got Emily Porter and Edie Foster. Those two a little bit clear of everyone else. Not much between them. I think Edie might get it. And she does. Edie gets the touch at 37.6. Second was Emily Porter at 37.95. And third, 38.33, Heidi King. Heat 4 of the 50 metres breaststroke. In the lead, we've got Amy Thompson in lane 3. Mia Nelson alongside in 2 as well. These two, I think, slightly clear of the others, but it's very close. Also coming through now in lane 6 is Kaylin Peters. And as we look at the scoreboard, it's Amy Thompson who gets the touch at 37.16. Second was Mia Nelson, 37.21. And third was Kaylin Peters. Kaylin Peters at 37.31. Heat 5 of the 50 metres breaststroke. It's Amy Boreham in the lead, got about a half a metre lead from Mercy Adoye, and then lane 5. And Amy touching in a time of 34.61 to take that heat. Mercy is second in 36.54, and third was Hannah Lovelock at 36.88. Heat 6 of the 50 metres breaststroke. So from the start there, Ashley Ransom out in the lead. Ashley in the lead from her teammate, Caitlin Hartley. 2 Hatfield swimmers in the lead here. Ashley takes in a time of 32.25, Caitlin Hartley second, 33.1, and third was Ella Greatbatch in time 33.84. So that completes the first 2 breaststroke events, and we now move on to some backstroke events. The first of which is event 463, the open male 10 to 14 years 50 metres backstroke, which is going to be swum in 8 heats. This is event 463, the open male, 10 to 14 years, 50-metre backstroke, heat 1. All the swimmers are 11 years old in this first heat. As they come down the second length. Leading is Alfred Swain in lane 6. Hemel Hempstead swimmer entered at 43.23. 3 swimmers in a line behind him, could go any way there. Alfred's going to take this as he touches. It's 40.27, excellent time for him. Second to touch there was Oscar Witt in 41.15, and third, Dangus Erasma at 41.18. Can you clear the pool, please, swimmers? Can you make your way out of the side of the pool, please? Make your way to the side of the pool, please. Heat 2 of the 50 metres backstroke. Half lengths to go in the lead. It's Callum Lucas, who is a 12-year-old from Costa, at 40 seconds. Can he go on to 40? That'd be good. It's close behind him. Got 2 swimmers going to be touching together. Callum goes 37.33. Excellent swim. William Howard actually gets second place at 38.7, and third was Jack Dalton at 38.94. Quite a few there going under 40 seconds, which is really good. Heat 3 of the 50 metres backstroke. Underway on heat 3. Leading the way coming up to the turn is Aaron Lal. Aaron with about a half a metre lead at the moment over Albert Saunders in lane 2 in the green hat. And then just behind them in lane 4 is Christian Giotto. And Aaron coming in towards the touch, and he touches first at 35.89. Second to touch is Albert Saunders, 36.89, and third was Christian Girotto, 37.17. Heat 4 of the 50 metres backstroke. Verulam's Max Hart just ahead of Mark Bensagi at the turn. Still Max there, but now going to the front in lane 8 is Tavularai Kantanadula, and he's going to touch first. Great swim by him. Tavularai is first to touch there in a time of 34.64. Second to touch is Mark in 36.26, and third Max Hart at 36.75. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool, please. Make your way out of the pool, please. So, apologies for got a bit of a delay here. We have a bit of a technical issue with the electronic timing and starting equipment. We're just, you can see a huge team of experts in white tops there, all with their combined knowledge trying to get it to work. And from the reaction of one of our key referees there, I would say it's now working. So hopefully we can now get underway. We are now ready to get underway. Heat 5 of the 50 metres backstroke. Coming up to the turn, it is Charlie Robinson from Tring who is in the lead. Alongside him is James Winter from Stevenage in the black hat. James in 3, Charlie in 4. These two just slightly clear of Marley Aldwinkle. And as they come through to the last couple of strokes and touch, it is James Winter who gets it, 34.92. Charlie Robinson second, 35.2. Third actually goes to Charles Pritchard at 35.27. Heat 6 of the 50 metres backstroke. So no one in lane 5 for this heat. Coming up to the turn, it's Oscar Chow in lane 6 who's going to turn first. Oscar looking very good. He's now full body length clear of the second place, Dewey Fordyce in lane 4. And then very close between lanes 2 and 3 and 6. But it's 32.09 is Oscar's winning time there. 34.61 second with Dewey Fordyce, and third 34.77 Leo Sims coming in third. This is heat 7 of the 50 metres backstroke. So, heat 7 underway. And a very fast start from Luca Capozzi in lane 1. And also in lane 5, Jake Nell. And halfway down the final length, it is between these two at the front. And now coming through also pretty well is Danny Bolle in lane 0, and also in lane 6. Toby Benson, and it is indeed 33.35. Jake Nell gets it. Toby Benson came through strongly there at second in 33.68, and third to touch there, 33.69, a hundredth behind him, Luca Capozzi. Can you clear the pool, please, swimmers? Can you make your way out of the side of the pool, please? Heat 8, the final heat of the 50 metres backstroke. So the fastest entrance in this final heat, mainly 14-year-olds, got a 13-year-old amongst them in lane 6, all the rest are 14, and the 13-year-old is right up there at the moment. Turning first though is Rafe Lawson, Berkhamsted swimmer in lane 4. Alongside him is Charles Hodgson in lane 5 from St Albans. And then alongside them is Taras Berko. They seem to be pushing that hard. 30.92 winning time for Rafe Lawson. 31.3 for Charles Hodgson in second and third. 32.4 for Taras Berko. Can you clear the pool to the side, please, swimmers? Can you make your way out of the side of the pool, please? Event 464 is next in the pool, which is the open male 15 years and over 50-metre backstroke, going to be swum in 5 heats. And this is heat 1 of the 50 metres backstroke, swimmers in lanes 3, 4 and 5. All 15 years old, the swimmers in the pool, and as you can see, very evenly matched. Now, coming off the wall with a better push, it's Benjamin Mellors, who's a 15-year-old Velorum swimmer, into 35.17. He's going to touch first. And his time is 33.06. Second to touch was Sebastian at 34.24. Third, Sonny at 34.67. Can you clear the pool to the side, please, swimmers? Can you make your way out of the side of the pool, please? Heat 2 of the 50 metres backstroke. On 16-year-old Frankie Francis in lane 4, the rest of 15. Frankie is the fastest entrant in the heat, but first to turn here is going to be Takuamawa. Takuamawa in lane 6, now being caught by Sebastian in lane 5, and as they touch, it is Sebastian Tersled who gets it, and in a time of 31.25. Second, Frankie Francis snuck in there as well, the 31.4, and then Takuamawa is in third place with a time of 31.44, 400ths behind. Heat 3 of the 50 metres backstroke. So a strong start in lane 5 for Callum Wu. And he's holding his lead off the wall. Alongside him, he's got Joseph Bagshaw in lane 4. And on the other side of him, he's got Oliver Tom in lane 6. And as they touch, it is Callum Wu who just hangs on to it at 30.15. Second, Oliver Tom, 30.32. And third was Joseph Bagshaw on 30.45. Heat 4 of the 50 metres backstroke. And swimmers in this heat got entry time to going below 30 seconds. William Rogers, fastest entrant at 29.45. He's in the lead at the moment, but it is pretty close. Alexander Mortalenti is also going well over in lane 1 and in the middle of the pool 2. And it is Parker Brewster who takes this in a time 29.13. Second, it's actually a dead heat for first. Dead heat for first, 29.13 between Alexander Mordenti and Parker Brewster. Final heat, heat 5 of the 50 metres backstroke. Fastest entrant here is down into the 26 seconds, 26.89, Hatfield's Oliver Baskerville. Again, they know they've got finals coming up, so they may not be swimming flat out here. But it is lane 5 and lane 4. Lucas Hartley and Oliver Baskerville. Oliver Baskerville takes it 27.37. Second is 28.09 is Zach Fellows, and third, Lucas Hartley, 28.11. That completes the 50 metres events. We now change the pace a bit. As we go on to event 465, female 10 to 14 years, 200 metres freestyle. This is going to be swum in 8 heats. And this is heat 1. Eight lengths to the pool, 200 metres freestyle. In this first heat, we've got Ayla Smith, who's 11 from Verulam. Lane 4 is Rosie Whittock, is 10 from Hatfield. And lane 5, Tia Preston, who is 11 from Tring. All very evenly matched here. All around about the 3:04, 3:06 times between them all. So at the 50 metre split, Ayla is in the lead ahead of Rosie and Tia. Times around 41 seconds. And still nothing between them at 150. They're in a line across the pool, going down towards the halfway 100 metre split. And now it is Rosie trying to push on, and Leah's going with her. Both turning in the 126. Tia Preston only a second behind at 127, and she's got a good turn. So this is 125 metres. And now the break starting to come from Aaliyah Smith from Verulam, who's pushing hard in the third 50. She knows she's got 50 metres to go when she gets to the end. So Leah turning first at 2:12.27, 2:14.25 for Rosie Whittock, and Tia Preston 2:14.78. Well, Leah now is really pushing hard in the second half of the race, and she's got a turn to go. And she's coming down to approach the finish. And As she touches, her time is 2:54.89 for Aaliyah Smith. Second to touch there was Tia Preston in 2:59.33 and 2:59.48 for Rosie Whittock. Heats 2 of the 200 metres freestyle. So the lineup in the third heat is Emily Berger is in lane 0. She's 11 from City of St Albans. Then lane 1 is Tsai Wing Lai, who's 12 from Watford. Lane 2, Naomi Mwangi, who's 12 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 3, Jemima Mansfield, who's 12 from Hemel Hempstead. 4, Selena Maria Sappho, who's 12 from Hatfield. Lane 5 is Serena Yao, who's 12 from City of St Albans. Lane 6, Emma Ramagni, who's 12 from Verulam. Lane 7, Annabelle Wetton, 12 from Harpenden. Then 11-year-old Erin Smith in lane 8 from Berkhamsted. And then S14 swimmer, 14-year-old Imogen Brown in lane 9 from Potters Bar. Coming down towards the halfway mark, 100 metres. In the lead, it's Jemima Mansfield. She's going to turn... No, sorry, Lisa Zapasetsky, and then Elizabeth Burchick. Beg your pardon, I got completely the wrong list there. And then coming down to the turn. In lane 3, still leading it is Elisa. And then behind her is Elizabeth Burchick. And then Elizabeth Bendel. So Lisa turns at 150 at 2:01, 2:03 for Elizabeth Burchick. Elizabeth Brentonall, 2:06 in third place. And then Alanya, 2:07, 2:09, Sophie Walker. Polly Clevenger is at 2:10, and then 2:10 Annabelle Smith as well. Final turns. Still Lisa in the lead. Enters at 2:55. And Elizabeth entered at 2:53. But look at the time, it's going to be well inside that. Lisa's time at 2:41.03. Elizabeth 2:45.31. And third to touch there just was Elizabeth Brentnell, 2:50.18 and 2:50.69. Sophie Walker in fourth place. Confirmation as a result. Lisa's winning time there, 2:41. Heat 3 of the 200 metres freestyle. So this really is Emily Berger in lane 0, 11 from Costa. Lane 1 is Tsai Wing Lai, who's 12 from Watford. Lane 2 is Naomi Mwangi, who's 12 from Bishop Stortford. 3, Jemima Mansfield, 12 from Hemel Hempstead. 4, Serena Maria Sappho, who's 12 from Hatfield. Lane 5 is Serena Yao, 12 from Costa. Lane 6 is Emma Romani, who's the 12 from Verulam. 7, Annabelle Wetton, 12 from Harpenden. 11-year-old Erin Smith from Berkhamsted is in 8, and Imogen Brown, the S14. 14-year-old Potters Bar swimmer is in lane 9. 34.97. That's Selena in lane 4 in the lead at the moment, and she looks pretty powerful and strong. Behind her, coming up to the turn, is Annabelle Wetton from Harpenden in lane 7. And on the other side of the pool, in lane 2, we've got Naomi. And leader turns at 100 metres at 1:14, 1:16 for Annabelle Wetton. Selena in the lead. Naomi in third place at 1:17.25, 1:17.31 Emma Romani, and then 1:19s for 3 swimmers after those. So still in the lead, Selena. And still holding second place, a little bit further back, is Annabelle Wetton. (1:56 at 1:50). Annabelle Wetton, 1:58. Emma Romani is third there in the 1:59. Then 2 minutes for Naomi. Jemima at 2:02. This is the final turn. Leader turns at 2:16 and then 2:20. For Annabelle. And there's a bit of a sprint finish coming in now in lane 2 from Naomi, and also Jemima in lane 3, but touching first in time of 2:37.47 is Selena Maria Safo, and at 2:46. Second to touch there was Annabelle Wetton at 2:39.29, and third, 2:40.06 was Naomi Mwangi. Heat 4 of the 200 metres freestyle. Line up for Heat 4 is Aurelia Gomez-Pobon in lane 0. She's 12 from Potters Bar. But everyone in this heat is 12. Sky Randall in lane 1 is from Watford. Lane 2 is Scarlett Yee from Costa. Lane 3, Charlotte Rich from Stevenage. Lane 4, Aurelia Court from Bishop Stortford. Lane 5, Catherine Hetherley from Hatfield. Lane 6, Annabella Carey from Stevenage. Lane 7, Kira Norman from Bishop Stortford. Lane 8, Yuet Yao from Hatfield. And lane 9, Bronwyn Hill from City of St Albans. 34.68. Aurelia Court in the lead at the first turn, and just ahead of Catherine Hatherley from Hatfield in the pink hat in the middle. So Aurelia still in the lead with Catherine alongside her. They're going to turn together at halfway. 100 metres. 1:13.87, 1:14, so pretty much together, Aurelia and Catherine. Charlotte Rich is behind them, 1:14. And then Scarlett Yee, 1:15.28. And then Yuet Yao. So Catherine Hatherley trying to break away here from Aurelia Court. And Catherine now coming up to her turn. And she turns at 150, 154.26, 154.76, a half a second between first and second. Catherine in first, Aurelia in second. Charlotte Rich 157, Scarlett E in fourth in 157 as well. But coming up to the final turn, she's now half a metre clear. It's Catherine Hatherley, about now a full body length clear of Aurelia Court. Seems to have broken away now, and she's accelerating away into this last little bit. Going to be close for third and fourth. The moment just in third is going to be Scarlett, but touching first, the time of 2:32.11, Catherine Hatherley. Second, Aurelia Court, time of 2:33.99, and third, Scarlett Yee in the time of 2:37.09. Heat 5 of the 200 metres freestyle. Isla Linton is in lane 0. They're nearly all 13, got a couple of 12-year-olds, but she's from 13 from Potters Bar. Lane 1, Sakura Yamadoro is 13 from the City of St Albans. Lane 2 is Emily Besant, who's 13 from Berkhamsted. 3, Olivia Bird, 13 from Rickmansworth. Lane 4 is Tamaris Rapova, 13 from Rickmansworth. Lane 5, Lily Kitchenham, 13 from Watford. Lane 6, Layla Harley, who's 12 from Watford. Lane 7, Jessica Gilpin, 13 from Hoddesdon. Lane 8 is Sophie Garland, who is 13 from Harpenden. And 12-year-old Emma Todd from Potters Bar is in lane 9. So leading this one is lane 8, Sophie Garland from Harpenden. Turns at 112.21. Sakura Yamadoro at 113. Layla Harley at 113 as well, in third place at the moment. Fourth place there, 113.9, was Tamaris in lane 4. But still in the lead, Sophie Garland. So it is Sophie from Sakura on the lane 1, I think, is probably in second. Maybe close though with Layla Harley. Sophie Garland, 151 at 150 metres, both at 153, Sakura and Layla Harley. Emma Todd right behind them at 154. There's one length to go. In the lead, Sophie Garland, and she's accelerating away. And now up comfortably into second place is Layla Harley. But big acceleration in lane 1 from Sakura, so it's going to be close, but as they touch, first to touch is Sophie Garland, second is Layla Harley. Sophie's time 2:29.77, Layla Harley 2:31.96, and Sakura Yamadoro is in 2:32.89 in third. This is heat 6 of the 200 metres freestyle. So in lane 0, we've got Mariella Thorne, who's 13 from Ware. Lane 1 is Chloe Barber, 14 from Stevenage. Lane 2, Amelie Desimul, who's 13 from Verulam. Lane 3, Emma Sofronov, who's 14 from Hatfield. Lane 4 is Eloise Giffen, who's 14 from Costa. Lane 5, Emma Storrow, 14 from Watford. Lane 6, Isabel Crotty, who's 14 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 7, Cordelia Helm, who's 14 from Rickmansworth. And then two 13-year-olds, Hayley Frew Costa in lane 8 from Potters Bar and Scarlett Armand in lane 9 from Cheshunt. Eloise Giffen leading the way by about a body length from Emma Sofronov in lane 3. They're going to be first and second at the 100-metre split. 1:10.79 for Eloise. Emma 1:11.24. 1:11.91 Emma Storrow. Mariella 1:11.97. So still pretty close together between Eloise in lane 4 and Emma in lane 3 as they come up to the 150 mark. Now others are making their moves as well now. 150 for both Emma and Eloise. Emma Storrow 151. 151 also for Isabel Crotty. And it is getting a lot closer. As they come up to the final turn, there are now 4 swimmers all in this. In the lead at the moment, it's Emma in lane 3, but now coming through strongly in lane 6 is Isabel Crotty. Isabella Crotty going to get very close indeed as they come through the touch. It is Emma who gets the touch, 2:27.27. Second to touch there, Isabella Crotty in 2:27.91, and third was Emma Storrow at 2:28.79. Heat 7 of the 200 metres freestyle. Freya Keeling is in lane 0. She's 13 from Hoddesdon. Lane 1, Amy Roberts, 14 from Hemel Hempstead. 2, Charlotte Dixon, 13 from Hitchin. And 3 is Aoife Blessing, who's 13 from Hatfield. 4 is Georgia Basavi, who's 13 from Hatfield. 5 is Ashley Worth, 12 from Cheshunt. And 6, Tilly Howes, 13 from Verulam. 7, Katie Tomsit, who's 14 from Hemel. Lane 8 is Martha Mellors, who's 13 from Verulam. And lane 9, Angela Pavana, who's 14 from Potters Bar. 31.69, Georgie in the lead, and Georgie is a good metre or so clear at the moment. Charlotte Dixon looks like she's in second place over in lane 2, and from Hitchin, and she's going after Georgie, but also going well Freya Keeling in lane 0. Coming up to the 100-metre split. Georgie splits at 66.88, 68.61 for Charlotte Dixon, Freya Keeling 69.63, Amy Roberts 70, Ashley Worth 70. And Aoife Blessing is also on 70 seconds. But it is still Georgie in the lead, coming down towards 150, and she is accelerating away, having a very good swim. Charlotte Dixon is the only one who's anywhere near her at the moment, but Georgie now turning at 143.44. Charlotte Dixon 145.72, so 2.5 seconds back. Freya Keeling 148, 148 for Amy Roberts, Ashley Worth 148, 149.4 for Aoife, and then Tilly Howes 150 and Angela Bavana 150. Already on her way back down the final length. Georgie having a great swim. And Georgie Wasavi coming into touch first in a time of 2:19.51. Great swim by her. 2:22.27 for Charlotte Dixon, touching in second. And third to touch there, Aoife Blessing, 2:24 flat. So some good new personal best times, hopefully there. Final heat, heat 8 of the 200 metres freestyle. In the final heat, the lineup is Kitty McNaughton in lane 0, is 14 from Hoddesdon. They're all 14 apart from one 13-year-old, who is actually the fastest entrant. Lane 1 is Charlotte Douglas from Costa. Lane 2 is Amelia Bowell from Hitchin. Lane 3, Isla Cayley from Watford. And then the fastest entrant, Olivia Daniel, 13-year-old from Verulam, entered at 2:13.16. Lane 5 is Summer Miller from Bishop Stortford. Lane 6, Addison Summers, who's from Costa. 7, Sophia Sakato from Costa. Lane 8, Lily Chappell, who's from Royston. And then Neve Ives in lane 9 is from Hatfield. Olivia Daniels and Summer Miller together. Summer Miller fractionally ahead, but they are pretty much together as they come up to halfway with Addison Summers behind them. So Summer Miller 104 for Olivia Daniel, Addison Summers 105, 106 for Sophia Sakato, and Charlotte Douglas 108, Amelia Bowell 108. At 125, just now edging into the lead, Verulam's Olivia Daniel. But Summer Miller is with her alongside, and so now is Addison Summers. These three are going to turn pretty much together, all on 140 effectively. 141.09 for Sophia Sakato, Neve Ives 145, 145 for Charlotte Douglas, Amelia Bale also 145. So big sprint finish now as they make their way down to the end. It's Olivia Daniel in the green hat, entered 2:13 in the middle in 4. But the big sprint finish coming in from Summer Miller and Addison Summers, and as they touch, first to touch there was Olivia Daniel, 2:13.71. Second, 2:13.78. 700ths behind her was Summer Miller, and third to touch, 2:13.95, Addison Summers. So that completes the female 200 metres events. We move on to the next one, the 466 female 15 and over 200 metres freestyle, which is going to be swum in 4 heats. And this is heat 1 in swimmers in lanes 2 to 7. So we now move to the higher age groups, and we've got Millie Taylor in lane 2 from Cheshunt. They're all 15 in this first heat. Alana Colburn, who's from Rickmansworth, in 3. Lane 4 is Isabella Smith from Costa. And then 3 Watford swimmers finish the line-up. In lane 5 is Rachel Ord. Lane 6, Sophie Carolyn. Lane 7 is Suji Wee. Eliana Colburn is first to turn there at 50, 32.5, ahead of Rachel Ord and Isabella Smith. So approaching the halfway point. And leading at the moment is Eliana Colbon. Rickman's with swimmer entered at 2:28. Splits at 109.7, and then 110s for Isabel Smith, Rachel Ord, Sophie Carroll at 111. And 112 for Millie Taylor at halfway, 114 for Suji Wee at halfway. Just in the lead now is Isabella Smith. She's gone past Eliana, and coming up now to the last 50 metres. Pushing very hard on that third 50. 148, Isabel Smith as she goes into the last 50. Eliana Colburn, 149.4. Rachel Ord, 149.6. Sophie Carroll behind them. Final turn. Isabella Smith, but now with Rachel Ord accelerating up onto her shoulder. And Rachel Ord now, if anything, going slightly ahead. It's going to be a real battle between these two. Rachel Ord, it is digging in hard, head down, going to take this heat in a winning time of 2:25.98. Isabella Smith couldn't quite match her at the end, 2:27.16 in second, and third to touch, Sophie Carroll, 2:28.63. Heat 2 of the 200 metres freestyle. So line up in this one is Lenny Ward in lane 0, 16 from Mitchin. Lane 1 is Lauren King, 18 from Royston. Lane 2, Lois Fields, 15 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 3, Ellie Keeling, 17 from Hoddesdon. Lane 4 is Daisy Jubb, 16 from Costa. Lane 5 is Tia Robertson, who's 16 from Costa. Lane 6, Liliana Shabinska, who's 16 from Potters Bar. Lane 7 is a 15-year-old, Tally Froome from Harpenden. Lane 8 is Chloe Alton, 18 from Potters Bar. And lane 9, another 15-year-old, Alison Liu from Watford. Storming this at the moment, Lenny Ward in lane 1 from Hitchin, entered 2:21. She splits at 64 at 100 metres. 66 for both the Lauren King in second, Daisy Jubb in third. 67 for Ellie Keeling and Lois Fields in fourth and fifth. So at 150 metres, Lenny Ward, it is still in the lead now, 141, 142 for Lauren King in second place, but it is going to get tight now as they come up to the final turn. So into the last 10 metres, she led from the start. Lenny Ward from Hitchin entered at 2:21.65, goes 2:17.6. Second to touch there, Lois Fields, 2:18.95, and third was Lauren King, 2:19.62. Heat 3 of the 200 metres freestyle. So in the penultimate heat for the 200 free, we've got Tia Gregory in lane 1, who's lane 0, who is 18 from Stevenage. Lane 1, Olivia Croft, 15 from Cheshunt. Lane 2 is Mia Nelson, who's 15 from Cheshunt. Lane 3, Cassandra Pereira, who's 16 from Watford. Lane 4, Anna Zapatskaya, who's 15 from Costa. Lane 5 is Orla Quantrell, who's 16 from Watford. Lane 6, Amy Thompson, 16 from Hemel Hempstead. Lane 7, Antonia Elias, who's 17 from Watford. Lane 8 is Heidi King, 15 from Hemel. Another 15-year-old, Megan Randall, is in lane 9 from Royston. Olivia Croft it is who's leading the way at the moment in lane 1. Close behind her, Mia Nelson, her teammate, in lane 2, and then Tia Gregory in lane 0 from Stevenage. And then on the other side of the pool, we've got lane 7, it's Antonia Elias and Heidi King in 8. But it is Olivia Croft and then Antonia Elias, 63 and 64. 64 for Mia Nelson, then Heidi King behind them at 64.6. Olivia Croft is definitely commanding this at the moment. Very close behind her at the moment, between Mia Nelson on that side of the pool and then lane 7 and 8 on the other side. In fact, Olivia Croft is in the lead, and then it's Heidi King in lane 8 is second at 139. 139 also for Antonia Elias. So making their way down. To the end here, big sprint finish, and touching first in a time of 2:12.22 is Olivia Croft. Big sprint finish over Heidi King, 2:12.23. Right behind her in second place, really close at the end. Antonia Elias was third to touch in 2:13.52. So it was a lot closer than it looked it was going to be in that last few strokes. Fourth and final heat of the 200 metres freestyle. So, final heat of the freestyle. Georgina Hamilton in lane 0 is 18 from Costa. Her teammate Jasmine Scott in lane 1 is 15. Lane 2 is Naomi Rose Conde, is 16 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 3, Eva Ives, 17 from Hatfield. Lane 4 is Louise Fidesz, who's 25. She's an S14 Hatfield swimmer, entered at 2:04. Lane 5 is Summer Iverson, who's 17 from Watford. Lane 6, Valentina Tinderello, who's 16 from Potters Bar. Alice Weston in lane 7 is 20 from Watford. And then we've got 18-year-old Freya Hadnut in lane 8 from Bishop Stortford, and her teammate Edie Foster in lane 9 is 15. And don't forget there will be a championship final here as well for this event. Louise Fidesz in the lead, entered 2:04, and at 100 metres goes 1:01. 1:01 for Naomi Rose Conde as well. Second, 1:02, Summer Everson, and also for Eva Ives. And then 1:03 for Edie Foster out in lane 9. Some very close swimmers in lanes 6, 7, 8, and 9, all in a row. In the lead though, lane 2, Naomi Rose Conde. Splits at 1:34.1. Summer Everson 1:36.06. Then Georgina Hamilton 1:37. Eva Ives 1:37. It's Weston 1:37 and Edie Foster 1:37. So very close. Coming down the final length. in the lead. Naomi Rose Conde entered at 2:09. Going to get a very good time. Goes 2:07.27. Second to touch there is Summer Iveson at 2:09.7, and third Louise Fides at 2:10.1. So we move on to event 467, the open male 10 to 14 years, 200 metres breaststroke. And this is going to be swum in 7 heats, and this is heat 1. Again, 8 lengths of the pool for the male and open category for 200 metre breaststroke. Luca Filippi in lane 2 is 10. He's from Costa. Lane 3, Jupiter Jones Shogger, who's from Stevenage, he's 11. Lane 4, Charlie Gibson, who's 11 from Stevenage. Lane 5 is Theo Rawlinson, is 11 from Harpenden. Lane 6, Max Patterson, who's 11 from Stevenage. And then lane 7, Dylan Tate, who is 10 from Potters Bar. So 10-year-olds on the outside lanes, and the middle 4 are all 11. Entry times going from 2:42 up to 3:42 up to 4 minutes. 50 seconds for the leading pair at the 50-metre mark. Now just edging into the lead as they come up towards the 100-metre halfway split is Charlie Gibson. Jupiter in lane 3 is alongside him, but just fractionally behind. He's just having a little spurt there, going up to get a bit closer to him as they come up to the turn. And they turn together at 1:48. Jupiter Jones is just fractionally ahead of Charlie. Luca, 1:50. Dylan Tate, 1:53, 1:54 Max Patterson, and Theo at 1:55 at halfway. And now Luca's starting to get up on the shoulder of Jupiter Jones. And in fact, he's gone just past him now, but still in the lead. Charlie Gibson. And now making his move is Luca Filippi in lane 2. Luca's now trying to get up on terms, and he's going quite quickly. So 50 metres to go. At 150, 2:45 for Charlie Gibson. Luca is at 2:47. Jupiter at 2:48. Max is at 2:53, 2:54 for Dylan Tate, and then Theo Rawlinson at 2:55. And Luca is really pushing hard. He is catching the leader. Luca now, it's only about half a metre back from Charlie Gibson, who's led from the start. But Luca is sprinting, and so now is Charlie. Charlie's responded well here. Charlie trying to hold on to this. Luca still pushing hard. He is getting closer. It's going to be close as they come into the last 5 metres. It's Charlie in 4, Luca in 2. Into the last 2 or 3 metres. I think Charlie's just going to hang on to it, and he does, and a winning time of 3:42.16. Luca couldn't quite catch him, 3:42.36. And third to touch there was Theo Rawlinson at 3:49.6. This is heat 2 of the 200 metres breaststroke. Line up for heat 2 is Nathaniel Morgans in lane 0. He's 12 from Hertford. Lane 1 is William Howard, 12 from Tring. Lane 2, Fergus Paisley, who is 12 from City of St Albans. Lane 3, Callum Lucas, 12 from Costa. Lane 4, Daniil Nozolev is 11 from Rickmansworth. Lane 5 is Barney Sikorin, is 11 from Hatfield. Then lane 6 is Benjamin Green. Ben is 11 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 7, Kieran Shah, 12 from Watford. Lane 8, Lewis Herity, 12 from Stevenage. And lane 9, Derby Greeny, 11 from Costa. So coming up to the turn, Callum Lucas, who's entered at 3:35, is turning first. And then Barney Sokirkin in the pink hat. I think maybe just fractionally behind Nathaniel Morgans over in lane 0 at the moment. Nathaniel now coming through quite strongly. He's having a good length. So, as we get to halfway, Callum Lucas, 137.83, 138 for Nathaniel Morgans. Barney Sokirkin is at 140, 141 for Daniel. William Howard, 142, 144 for Fergus. And Kieran Shah, 145. Lewis Herity, 146. But still controlling this from the front. In lane 3, Callum Lucas. But Nathaniel is definitely closer over in lane 0. And Barney is comfortably in third at the moment. Coming up to the 150 metre turn. Just 2 lengths to go. Really close now, both on 2:31. Callum Lucas and Nathaniel Morgans. Barney at 2:33, fractionally behind. Daniil 2:35 in fourth. In fifth place, William Howard 2:37. Sixth, Fergus Paisley 2:41. 2:42, Kieran Shah. Lewis Herity 2:44. Ben Green 2:46. It's now absolutely neck and neck. Callum Lucas. Callum Lucas in lane 3 and over in lane 0, Nathaniel Morgans. They are neck and neck. Nathaniel may be just edging ahead very slightly. It's very close. Nathaniel now looks like he's just edging, but it's so close as they come up to the last 2 metres. And as they touch, first to touch is Nathaniel Morgans, 3:23.64. Second, Callum Lucas, 3:24.26. And third to touch there was Barney Sokirkin at 3:26.56. Very good race right to the very end. Heat 3 of the 200 metres breaststroke. Ho Him and G, and then is in lane 0 for Hatfield. Lane 1 is George Gosling, who's 12 from Berkhamsted. Lane 2 is Jack Dalton, 11 from Stevenage. Lane 3, Oliver Barrows, who's 12 from Hatfield. Lane 4, Adomus Stativedicus, who's 14 from Cheshunt. Lane 5 is Jared Jones, who is 14 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 6, Jonas Chorhang Hiting, who is 11 from Verulam. Lane 7, Thomas Payne, 13 from Royston. Lane 8, George Rickards, who's 12 from Hertford. And lane 9 is Noah Tang, who is 12 from St Albans. Thomas Payne is fractionally still in the lead at the moment from lane 7. He turned first, but I think now he's gradually being caught by Jared Jones in lane 5. And it is Jared who's going to turn with Adomus alongside him from Cheshunt. But Jared got a better turn there. And it's Jared now who is in the lead by about 3/4 of a body length from Adomus in the orange hat. The others are fairly closely aligned as they turn at 100 metres halfway. Jared is at 1:31.35, 1:32.21 Adomus in second. Thomas Payne 1:33, Oliver Burrows in 1:34, 1:34 also for Jonas. Jack Dalton 1:35, and then 1:38 for George Gosling and George Rickards. Still Jared Jones, body length clear of Adomus Satkevagius in lane 4. And now in third place is definitely Oliver Burrows in the pink hat in lane 3. Going well behind him though is Thomas Payne in lane 7, Royston swimmer with the green hat. So Jared Jones, 2:20 at 1:50, 2:22 for Adomus, and then 2:25 Oliver Burrows. Thomas Payne, 2:25, 2:26 for Jonas Chor Hong Tang, and then Jack Dalton, 2:27, 2:31 for George Gosling. But very good final 50 for the leader, pulling away and accelerating, having a cracking final 50. Jared Jones entered at 3:20. Let's see his time as he touches. 3:07.05, 13-second PB. 3:10.56 for Adomus, and he entered at 3:20, so 10-second PB. Third to touch there, 3:14, is Oliver Burrows, and he entered at 3:21. So some very, very big PBs here. Fourth, Thomas Payne at 3:15. Fifth, Jonas at 3:17. Sixth, Jack Dalton, 3:20. 7, George Gosling, 3:23. 8, Ho Him at 3:27. And then George, 3:27, 3:37, Noah Tang. Heat 4 of the 200 metres breaststroke. In Heat 4, in lane 0, is Sebastian Rama, who's 12 from Costa. Lane 1 is Cody Bridgen, 13 from Watford. Lane 2, Jacob Hutchinson is 13 from Tring. Lane 3, Harry Ellard, who's 13 from Hoddesdon. Lane 4, George Sims, who's 13 from Hatfield. Lane 5, Otis Mastin, he's only 12 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 6, William Shear, who's 13 from Royston. Lane 7, Arthur Huntsley, who's 13 from Costa. And then two 12-year-olds in 8, Edward Roberts from Hemel Hempstead. In 9, Isaac Chan from Costa. 40.97. Jacob Hutchins turns first. Harry Ellard, 40.99 in second. But you can see the 3 swimmers in a line there. So Jacob in 2, Harry in 3, George in 4. And this little line of them are coming up now to the halfway. Just fractionally behind them, but possibly catching is Royston's William Shibb in lane 6. First to turn at the halfway point, 127.8, Jacob Hutchinson. Harry Ellard, 128.7, then George Sims, third with 129. 129 also for William Shear. Then Otis Mastin at 130, as well as Arthur Huntley at 130. It's pretty close still. In the third 50, no one's made a break. Trying to go away from them. In lane 2, Jacob Hutchinson. But he's being chased by Harry Ellard alongside him, and George Sims in the pink hat now starting to make his move. These three are still very evenly matched. This is the final 50 metres coming up. And as they turn, 2:16, Jacob Hutchinson. Harry Ellard a second behind in 2:17. 2:17, George Sims. William Shear 2:19, Otis Mastin 2:19. 2:20 for Arthur Huntley. It's pretty close. And as they come up to the final turn, turning first, it is in lane 2, Jacob Hutchinson. Harry Ellard though now gradually easing past him. Harry Ellard in lane 3 with the red hat, starting to make his move, just coming up to the last 5 metres. He looks like he may have just got there, but Jacob is trying to get back on terms with him. But Harry coming in, and it is Harry Ellard who takes it at 3:04.73. Jacob Hutchinson taking second, 3:04.95, and George Sims third, 3:05.66. Fourth, Otis Mastin at 3:07.44. Fifth, William Shear at 3:08.21. So another very tight race. Lead changing hands right at the end. And we now come to heat 5 of the 200 metres breaststroke. Line up here is Kasper Przybylski in lane 0 is 14 from Potters Bar. Lane 1 is Hugo Redale, who's 13 from Verulam. Lane 2, Harry Strawn, who's 14 from Tring. Lane 3 is Fionn Harrington, who is 13 from Verulam. Lane 4, Harrison Dodwell, who is 13 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 5, Charles Pritchard, who is 12 from Stevenage. Lane 6, Leo Sims, who's 13 from Hatfield. Lane 7, Billy Marsden, 13 from Hertford. Lane 8, James Nelson, 12 from Costa, and his teammate Christian Girotto in lane 9 is 13. 39.58. Harrison Dodwell in the lead after the 50-metre mark. A lot of swimmers very close behind him though. Harry turning first. And then Murray Strawn looks like he's in second at the moment from Tring, but also close. Leo Sims in the pink hat in lane 6 and Billy Marsden from Hertford in lane 7. So these are all in it at the moment as they turn. First to turn is now Leo Sims, 126 in lane 6. Billy Marsden, 126 is second. Murray Strawn, 126 in third there. Harrison Dudwell, 126 in fourth. You can see how close this is. Charlie Pritchard, 127. Fionn directly behind those. This really could go one of a number of ways. Someone's looking to make the break in the third 50 of this. And it looks like it's going to be Leo Sims trying to push on. But in lane 2, Murray Strawn is also there. So Leo Sims has actually got around about 1.5 meters at the moment, I would think. Having a very good third 50. Turns at 2:06. We're not getting the times up on the board now, unfortunately, off of the pad. So hopefully they will pick up when we get to the very, very end. But it is Leo Sims in the lead from Murray Strawn over in lane 2. And then right behind him now, coming up much closer, Harrison Dodwell in 4. Harrison going after him, but Leo is away. Leo's going to get this one. Clock on the board has stopped, so I'll see if I can get it on the backup on I've got here. As they come into touch, touching in about 2:58, 2:59, and then we're going to have to go, AOE is going to have to separate those, all about 3:04, and then about 3:08 now, and about 3:10. Last few strokes over in lanes 0 and 1. I'm reading off a running stopwatch here, I'm afraid, and coming in touching about 3:22, and then finally around about 3:26. We should be able to pick all of those times up on the AOE. I suspect we may need to do a little bit of resetting before we go on to heat 6. Okay, I think we can carry on. And I think we're up to heat 6 of the 200 meters breaststroke. So line of heat 6 is James Chalice in lane 0, is 14 from Potters Bar. Lane 1, Noah Carter, 14 from Watford. Two teammates alongside in lane 2 is Veer Takir, who's 13 from Watford. Lane 3 is Montgomery Brewster, who's 14. Lane 4, Ching Yao, who's 14 from Hatfield. Lane 5 is Lok Ya Wong, who's 14 from Costa. Lane 6 is Aram Rawnsley, who's 14 from Harpenden. Lane 7, Marley Aldwinkle, 12 from Stevenage. Lane 8, Luca Tse, who's 13 from Bishop's Stortford, and Luca Capola in lane 9 is 13 from Hemel Hempstead. So they turn, 38.47, Montgomery Brewster. Chang Lao is 38.48, Veer Taka 39.7, 39.76, James Chalice. Lok Ya Wong 40.41 for Aram Rawnsley, Marley Aldwinkle just behind that, now up on the board, which is useful. Going on towards the halfway turn in the second 50. Ching Yao from Hatfield in the pink hat entered 2:58. He's in the lead and having a very good swim, and he's going to get a good split here going into the second half. 122.3. Montgomery Brewster 124, 124 for Veer Takir in third. James Chalice 125, 128.24 for Lok Ya Wong. Aram Rawnsley 129.39, 130 for Marley Aldwinkle. Noah Carter 134 and 134 for Luca. They're the halfway splits. but no sign of him running out of steam in the lead. Ching Yao, in this third 50, he's pulled out even just a little bit more. Montgomery Brewster right behind him, but a little way back. And then Viatekir in lane 2. 50 to go. 208, 207.5, 210 for Montgomery, 212 for Viatekir, and then 213 for James Chalice, 216 for Lokyal Wong, and then 216.9, and then 219 for Aaron Bronzy and Marley Aldwinkle. Final turn. Ching Yao, he's 14-year-old, ends at 2:58.6. Look at the time, he's going to get a cracking new PB. As he comes through to touch there, 2:52.2, 7-second PB. Montgomery Brewster, 2:55.93 in second, 2:58.52 in third, Viatekir. And then fourth was James Chalice at 3:03. And then fifth, Aaron Rawnsley, 3:04.2. Lokyal Wong, 3:05.74. Marley Aldwinkle, 3:09.97. Luca Tay, 3:17.17. And Noah, 3:19.91. Final heat, heat 7 of the 200 metres breaststroke. Oscar Wilson is in lane 0, 14 from Potters Bar. Lane 1 is Taras Boyko, who's 13 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 2 is Guy Spearman-Baines, 14 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 3, Dewey Fordyce, 13 from Berkhamsted. Lane 4, Rafe Lawson, 14 from Berkhamsted. Lane 5, Hugo Kainagi, 14 from Costa. Lane 6, Kenny Milsom, 13 from Bishop Stortford. Lane 7, Max Perry, 14 from Watford. 14-year-old Gareth Karamachandra is in lane 8 from Watford, and in lane 9 is Isaac Wilshire, who's 13 from Hertford. Close to the front, we've got two swimmers alongside each other. Jacob in lane 4, I beg your pardon, Rafe in lane 4 and Hugo in lane 5. And Rafe turns at 1:16.9, 1:18.0 for Hugo. Dewey Fordyce turning in third there at halfway, 1:20, 1:22 for Isaac Wilshire. Kenny Milson, 1:22, 1:24s for three more swimmers after that. But he is pulling away in the lead. Rafe Lawson from Berkhamsted. Hugo Kainagi alongside him, two 14-year-olds. And Rafe now coming up to the 150-metre turn. 1:59.2. Hugo 2:01.19. Dewey Fordyce now 2:04 in third place, and Kenny Milsom in fourth place, 2:07. 2:08 for Isaac Wilshire, and Gareth, and then Guy, and then Taras all on 2:10. Oscar Wilson 2:11, 2:12 Max Perry. So into the final length. Big sprint coming now from Hugo, going after Rafe. Rafe has accelerated as well though, and Rafe is going to hang on to this, I think. Hugo's going to get close, but Rafe comes through Touch is first to take that heat in 2:41.09. Hugo touching in second for 2:42.24. And third to touch there, Dewey Fordyce, 2:48.24. So that completes that event, and we move on to the final event before the finals. Event 468, the open male 15 years and over 200 metres breaststroke, going to be swum in 3 heats. And this is heat 1. So in this first heat of the 15 and over category, we've got Ewan Baisley in lane 0, 15 from Costa. Lane 1 is Nerdsan Piranazorov, who's 15 from Rickmansworth. Lane 2, Benjamin Mellors, who's 15 from Verulam. Lane 3, Max Lesnar, who's 17 from Potters Bar. Jacob Edgewell in lane 4 is 17 from Verulam. Lane 5 is Noah Vasani, who's 15 from Potters Bar. Lane 6, Ethan Chamberlain, who's 18 from Harpenden, then 3 15-year-olds. Josh and Edis in lane 7 from Watford. Lane 8 is Sebastian Smith from Bishop's Stortford, and lane 9, Luke Britton from Potters Bar. In the lead at the moment, it's Nursultan Piranazorov, who's from Rickmansworth. Nursultan is 15, having a very good swim, and he's going to turn at halfway in the lead at 1:18.96. Jacob Edgewell, 1:20, 1:21, Max Lensner. Ethan Chamberlain, 1:22, and then behind him, Benjamin Mellors on 1:22. Noah Vasani, 1:23. Ewan Baisley, 1:26. Nursultan in lane 1 is going to come up to 150 metres with around about a 2-metre lead, turning at 2:03.36. Nearly 3 seconds clear. Jacob Edgewell in second and Max Lesnar in third in 2:06. 2:07 for Noah in fourth place at that 150 turn. Benjamin Mellors 2:09, and then 2:10 for Ethan Chamberlain. Nursultan going into final turn, about 2:25, and he's now still 1.5 metres to 2 metres clear. But fast finish now coming in lane 3 from Max Lesnar and Jacob Edgewell in lane 4. These two are getting pretty close, but Nursultan's going to take this in a time of 2:48.16. Max Lesnar comes in second in 2:50.10, and Jacob Edgewell 2:50.41 in third place. Last couple of strokes in lane 9, Luke Britton finishing in 3:15. Pretty much bang on his entry time. Heat 2 of the 200 metres breaststroke. In the second heat, we've got Ian Chan in lane 1. In lane 0, he's 16 from Costa. Lane 1 is Max King, 16 from Watford. Lane 2 is Adam Healy, who's 15 from Verulam. Lane 3 is James Godden, who's 18 from Tring. Lane 4, Gabriel Taggart, who's 16 from Watford. No one in 5. 6 is Harry Brunton, who's 16 from Hertford. Lane 7, Joseph Brewster, who's 16 from Watford. And then 2 Verulam swimmers in 8. We've got Clem Adali, who's from 18 years old. And then Hector Redall in lane 9 is 16. At the turn, very close between Adam Healy in lane 2 and in lane 3, James Godden, and lane 4, Gabriel Taggart. These 3 in a row. But Gabriel is trying to push on now. He's having a very good length and he comes up to the turn. And at 100 metres, he turns at 1:16.95 in the lead. James Godden, 1:17.89 in second. Adam Healy, 1:18.14 in third. Harry Brunton, 1:18.58 in fourth at the halfway point. And he's going very well at the moment. Gabriel Taggart in the lead. And he's pulled away, got a good third 50. Very close now on second, but Gabriel turns first at 1:58.6. Second terms is James Godden, who's 2:01, but 2:01 also for Harry Brunton. They're pretty much together in second and third. Clement Adali, who's 2:03, and so is Adam Healy, 2:03. 2:05, Max King. Final turn into the final length. Gabriel Taggart in the lead. James Godden alongside him in second, and also going very well now in lane 6 coming through. Harry Brunton. Harry trying to get a big sprint on into this final 5 metres. He's going to get second, I think. 2:41.5 was the winning time for Gabriel Taggart. Harry Brunton, a good final 50, comes in second at 2:43.59, and third there, 2:43.90, was James Godden. Final heat 3 of the 200 metres breaststroke. So in this final heat, we've got Samuel Herity in lane 0, who's 18 from Stevenage. Lane 1, Oscar McKern, who's 17 from Verulam. Lane 2, Jesse Howard, 16 from Hoddesdon. Lane 3, Chun Ho Chan, who's 17 from Watford. Lane 4, Benjamin Taggart. Ben is 19 from Watford. Lane 5, Alexander Ball, 19 from Potters Bar. 6 is Maxwell Hosier, 17 from Hoddesdon. Lane 7, Sebastian Brown, 16 from Verulam. Lane 8, Oliver Fenwick, 17 from Outfield, and Alexander Gregory in lane 9 is 18 from Stevenage. 33.97, Ben Taggart in the lead. Alexander Bowl at second place, 33.9. Chun Ho Chan at 34. 34 also for Sebastian Brown. Lots of them all pretty close though in this. So coming up to halfway, 100 metres in the lead. It's Chun Ho Chan, 1:12.32, 1:12.56 was Ben Taggart. Alexander Ball, 1:14 Sebastian Brown. Alexander Gregory, 1:15, 1:16 Maxwell Hosier, 1:17s for all the others apart from Samuel Herity, 118. But still commanding the lead here. These two swimmers side by side in 3 and 4. Chun-Ho Chan and Ben Taggart. Ben now right together now. Chun-Ho is in first place at the 150, 151. 152 for Ben Taggart. Alexander Ball, 155, 156 for Sebastian Brown. So making their way down the final length. Accelerating away now. Chun-Ho Chan, 17-year-old Watford swimmer, entered at 2:32.1. Goes 2:30.4. 2:32 to Ben Taggart, 2:30.14. And 2:36 to Alexander Ball. Maxwell Hosier, fourth in 2:38.4. And that completes the individual heats. We have some finals. So coming up now, we have the finals, starting with event 471, which is the female 10 and 11 years 50-meter breaststroke final. Please welcome your swimmers as they come to the box. Oh, we're not ready. We're just going to clear the back first before we bring on our next set of finalists. So we're just going to get our finalists ready and clear the decks so that they have a nice environment to come onto the pool side. Event 471 is the female 10-11 years 50-meter breaststroke final. Please welcome your finalists as they come to the blocks. Leading on in lane 9 is Asha Amir Opi. In lane 0, Lisa Zapetskaya. In lane 8, Ava Porter. In lane 1, Phoebe Hall. In lane 7, Irene Miao. In lane 2, Erin Milsom. In lane 6, Alabia Milsom. In lane 3, Elizabeth Clark. In lane 5, Elizabeth Birchick. And finally in lane 4, Erin Smith. Your finalists for the 10 and 11 years 50 meters breaststroke. So fastest qualifiers here, both 43 seconds in the middle of the pool. Erin in 4 and Elizabeth in 5. And it is Erin who is gone off very quickly. Comes up to the turn, turns at about 18 seconds. So it's Erin Smith in the gold medal position at the moment, being chased by Elizabeth Birchek in silver medal. Very close for bronze. Looks like it may be Elizabeth Clark and Chesson at the moment, but very close indeed. Coming up to the last couple of strokes, and as they touch, first to touch and gold medalist is Erin Smith in a time of 40.98. Second and silver medalist Elizabeth Birchek in a time of 42.08. Third and bronze medalist Albie Milsom in a time of 44.45. The event 472 is the female 12 years 50 metres breaststroke final. Please welcome your finalists to the blocks, starting in lane 9 with Selena Maria Sapo. In lane 0, Lois Shoebridge. In lane 8, Lucia Carradais. In lane 1, Kira Norman. In lane 7, Catherine Hatherley. In lane 2, Aurelia Gomez-Pavon. In lane 6, Orla Gallen. Lane 3, Sophia Hsu. In lane 5, Zoe Teleslu. And finally in lane 4, Tai Wing Lai. Your finalists for the female 12 years, 50 metres breaststroke. .40 seconds was the fastest qualifying time. Let's hope someone can go under 40 seconds in the final. Turning first, Tai Wing Lai from Watford, going very well indeed. Alongside her is Zoe in the black hat. These two look on, nailed on for first and second in one way round or the other. Third is looking very close, about 5 swimmers in it. But coming up, as they touch, in first place, Tai Wing Lai in a time of 39.22 is the gold medalist. Second place and silver medalist, Zoe Salu at the time of 40.08. And third place and bronze medalist is Sophia Sapo. Event 473 is the female 13 years, 50 metres breaststroke. Please welcome your finalist as they come to the blocks, starting in lane 9 with Ava Adams. In lane 0, Jessica Bedford. In lane 8, Imogen Stowe-Hazel. In lane 1, Lotta Oman. In lane 3, Olivia Bird. In lane 2, Elsie Preston. Lane 6, Freya Keeling. In 3, Georgie Bahavzi. In lane 5, Linka Grunwald. And in lane 4, Olivia Daniel. Your finalists for the 13 years, 50 metres breaststroke. Fastest qualifier, 36.09, quite a lot quicker than the others. Olivia Daniel in the green hat in the middle. Olivia already with about half a metre clear as she comes up to the first turn, the only turn in this. It's Olivia Daniels in the lead, in gold medal position. Georgie alongside her. The pink hat is also there, but also Lotta Oman over in lane 1 is up there too, but touching first in a winning time of 36.36. Gold medal goes to Olivia Daniel. Second in time of 38.58 goes to Linka Grunewald. And third place and bronze medalist is Georgie Bahasvi in the time of 38.74. Event 474 is the female 14 years 50 metre breaststroke. Please give a warm welcome to your finalists, led on in lane 9 by Daniela Gomez Bolivar. In lane 0, Livia Edwards. In lane 8, Isla Austin. In lane 1, Dorothea Ward. In 7, Isla Gailey. In lane 2, Emily Byrne. In lane 6, Katie Brazil. In lane 3, Amy Roberts. In lane 5, Esme Hui. And in lane 4, Neve Ives. Your finalists for the 14 years 50 metre breaststroke. Again, fastest qualification time here is 35.64. Neve Ives in lane 4. Around about second or so faster, 2 seconds faster than the others, but it's a lot closer as they come to the turn. It is Neve Ives in the lead, in gold medal position at the moment. The other two alongside her, we got Amy on lane 3 and Esme in lane 5. They look like the medalists at the moment, unless Katie Brazil can get on terms with them, which she's getting very close in lane 6. But as they touch, 35.71. First place goes to Neve Ives and the gold medal. Second and silver medal is Amy Roberts in a time of 36.56. And third and bronze medal, Esme Hui in a time of 36.78. Event 475 is the female 15 years 50 metre breaststroke final. Your finalists, please give them a warm welcome as they come to the blocks. In lane 9 is Megan Randall. In lane 0, Evelyn Parrott. In lane 8, Rachel Ord. In lane 1, Myla Chi. In lane 7, Heidi King. In lane 2, Anna Zapetskaya. In lane 6, Emily Porter. In lane 3, Edie Foster. In lane 5, Mia Nelson. And in lane 4, Hayley Hongyang Leng. Your finalists for the female 15 years 50 metre breaststroke. So fastest qualifier again, 36.7. Hayley in lane 4. And she is going to turn first. But there really isn't very much in this again. You're going extremely well now. Over in lane 2, it is Anna. And Anna is pushing, but we've also got coming through now from Cheshunt, Mia Nelson. And it's going to be very, very close. There's 2 or 3 all going to touch together. And as they touch, it goes to Haley in lane 4, winning time of 36.57 and gold medal. Second place and silver medal goes to Mia Nelson in time of 37.6.96. The third place and bronze medal goes to Edie Foster. Event 476 is a female 16 years and over, 50-metre breaststroke final. And please welcome your finalists, led on in lane 9 by Mercy Adodi. In lane 0, Molly Greatbatch. In lane 8, Summer Everson. In lane 1, Rachel Carpenter. In lane 2, Georgina Hamilton. In lane 7, that is, I beg your pardon. In lane 2, Esme Stringer. In lane 6, Amy Borum. In lane 3, Ella Greatbatch. In lane 5, Caitlin Hartley. And in lane 4, Ashley Ransom. Your finalists for the female 16 years and over, 50 metres breaststroke. Entry times here in the down into the 32s. Some quick swimmers here. Two Hatfield swimmers in the middle of the pool, the fastest swimmers here, and they both turn together. And coming out of the turn, just in the lead is Ashley Ransom in lane 4, Caitlin Hartley in lane 5. Caitlin now starting to get on terms with Ashley. These two evenly matched. Coming up to the end, it's going to be on the fingertips as they touch. It goes to Ashley Ransom in a time of 32.34. Caitlin Hartley takes the silver medal in a time of 32.63, and third place and bronze medal, Georgina Hamilton in a time of 33.91. Event 477 is the open male 10 and 11 years 50-metre backstroke final. Please welcome your finalists to the blocks. And leading on in lane 9 is Oscar Witt. In lane 0, James Tattersall. In lane 8, Theo Rawlinson. In lane 1, Alfred Swain. In lane 7, Samuel Roberts. In lane 2, Morgan Richards. In lane 6, Ben Green. In lane 3, Jonas Chorhang Ting. In lane 5, Dima Zabitske. And finally in lane 4, Jack Dalton. Your finalist for the 10-11 years 50 metres backstroke. So again, entry time 38.9, so see how they go in the final. Two swimmers going very fast on the first length. In lanes 3 and 4, we got Jonas in 3 and Jack in 4. And these two are definitely clear of the others at the moment. Jonas in 2, 3 and Jack in 4. Jonas, it looks like he's going to hang on to this. Jack trying to get back on terms. Jack trying to get there. Third place looks like it's going out into lane 8 to Theo, but as they come through, touching first in a winning time of 37.79 goes to Jonas Chorhang Ting. He takes the gold medal, 37.2, and Jack Dalton takes the silver medal in a time of 38.40, and 38.54 is the bronze medal. Gone. Event 478 is the open male 12 years, 50 metres backstroke. Please welcome your finalists as they come to the blocks, led on in lane 9 by John Holman Daly. In lane 0, Callum Lucas. In lane 8, Kinpal Benning. In lane 1, Albert Saunders. In lane 7, Jack Patterson. In lane 2, Sebastian Rama. In lane 6, Julien Vanier. In lane 3, Daniel Cara. In lane 5, Marley Aldwinkle. And in lane 4, Charles Pritchard. Your finalist for the male open 12 years, 50 metres backstroke. Thank you. 35.51 Charlie Pritchard did in the heats. Coming up to the turn. At the turn it's Daniel Cara, and in lane 3 Charlie Pritchard in 4. Charlie now going through, and now also coming through very well in lane 6 is Julien Vanier, and it's going to be close as they come through to touch, and as they do, it's Charlie Pritchard takes it 34.78 and the gold medalist. Second place, the silver medal, is Julien Vanier in a time of 34.91, and third and bronze medalist Daniel Cara in a time of 35.52. Event 479 is the male open, 13 years, 50 metres backstroke. Please welcome your finalists to the blocks, led on in lane 9 by Arthur Huntsley. In lane 0, Charlie Robinson. In lane 8, Charles Hallam. In lane 1, Leo Sims. In lane 7, Taveri Kataradaluka. In lane 2, Lewis Hallam. In lane 6, Luca Capozzi. In lane 3, Toby Benson. In lane 5, Jack Nell. And in lane 4, Taras Boyko. Your finalists for the male open, 13 years, 50 metres backstroke. I think it's may take a 32 to win this one or something better, but in the lead, going out pretty quickly. Fastest entrant here is Taras Boyko, already turning at 15 seconds. And it is Taras in the lead. Silver medal position at the moment could be Jake Nell, and bronze is very tight indeed, but as they touch, 31.64 is the gold medal time for Taras Boyko. Second was Jake Nell in a time of 32.68, the silver medal, and Toby Benson takes the bronze medal in 33.18. Event 480 is the open male 14 years, 50 metres backstroke final. Your finalists, please welcome them to the blocks, starting in lane 9 with Danny Booley. In lane 0, Jensen Richards. In lane 8, Noah Carter. In lane 1, Samuel Allcroft. In lane 7, Fox Foster. In lane 2, Aaron Rawlinsey. In lane 6, Hugo Harley. In lane 3, Oscar Cho. In lane 5, Charles Hodgson. And completing the lineup in lane 4, Rafe Lawson. Your finalists for the 14 years, 50 metre backstroke. So the fastest qualifier is 30.92. I wonder if we can get close to 30 seconds. Very fast start by our fastest entrant, which is Rafe Lawson. And Rafe is going very fast now, storming down the final length. He's definitely going to take the gold medal. Silver, really close. Got 3 swimmers for silver and bronze as they come up to touch. And Rafe touches in a time of 29.47 to take the gold medal. Second place and silver medal goes to Charles Hodgson in 30.91. Third place and bronze medal to Oscar Chow in a time of 31.81. Event 481 is the male open 15 years, 50 metres backstroke final. Please welcome to the blocks your finalists. Led off in lane 8 by Sebastian Reed. In lane 0, Zachary Hazlitt Fossey. In lane 7, Hugo Randall. In lane 1, Edward Beard. In lane 6, Elliot Whitehead. In lane 2, Benjamin Mellors. In lane 5, Benjamin Palmer. In lane 3, Albert Crotty. And in lane 4, Thomas Fennick. Your finalist for the male open 15 years, 50 metres backstroke. One went under 30 seconds, 29.99 Thomas in the qualifiers. And he's already leading the way here, but no, actually right up alongside him now. Benjamin Palmer from Bishop Stortford is just leading the way here past Thomas Fennick. Benjamin Palmer is in the gold medal position, coming into the last few strokes and touching first. Gold medal goes to Ben Palmer in a time of 29.18. Second place and silver medalist is Thomas Fennick, 29.69. And third place and bronze medalist, Albert Crotty, in a time of 31.08. Event 482 is the open male, 16 years and over, 50 metres backstroke final. Please welcome your finalists to the blocks, led in in lane 9 by Ben Hunnick. In lane 0, Parker Brewster. In lane 8, Alexander Mordenti. In lane 1, Maxwell Hosier. In 7, Oliver Fenwick. In lane 2, Kabir Patel. In lane 6, Dylan Davenport. In 3, Lucas Hartley. In lane 5, Zach Fellows. And in lane 4, Oliver Baskerville. Your finalists for the male 16 years and over championship 50 metres backstroke. So it's in some tactical swimming, I think, in some of the heats of these things. 27 is not a tactical time for Oliver Baskerville in the middle, but coming up now to the turn. Lucas in lane 3, Oliver in lane 4. Lucas it is, who's storming away here. Oliver in lane 4, that's the gold and the silver. Who's going to get the gold? Who's going to get the silver? Into the last couple of strokes as they touch the wall. Gold goes at 26.55 to Lucas Hartley. Second place and silver medal in 26.76 to Oliver Baskerville. And third place and bronze medal to Zach Fellows in a time of 27.64. We now have 200 free finals now. These are championship finals. The first of which is event 483, the female 10 years and over, 200 metres freestyle championship final. Please welcome your finalists to the blocks, led in by, in lane 9, Olivia Croft. In lane 0, Freya Hadnut. In lane 8, Valentina Tinirello. In lane 1, Eva Ives. In lane 7, Georgina Hamilton. In lane 2, Alice Weston. In lane 6, Edie Foster. In lane 3, Louise Fidesz. In lane 5, Summer Everson. And in lane 4, Naomi Rose Conde. Your finalists for the 10 years and over 200 metre freestyle championship final. Eight lengths of the pool. 207 was the fastest qualifier, Naomi Rose Conde, but again, a lot of these will know that they had finals to come. Coming up to the first checkpoint of 50 metres. 4 swimmers turning absolutely together, all on about 29 seconds. Summer Everson, Naomi Rose Conde, Louise Fidesz and Eva Ives. And now trying to break into the lead there in lane 5 is Summer Everson. Going with her is Louise Fidesz. So Summer at 60 seconds. 61.2 for Louise in second place there at the turn there. Bronze medal position at halfway. 61 second for Eva Ives. And then fourth place for Naomi Conde. Still in the lead, Summer Everson. Coming up to the 150. In second place still is Louise Fidesz in lane 3. Bronze medal position with 50 to go is Ever Ives in lane 1. But coming up to this final turn, in the lead, Summer Everson, and she's got about half a metre at the moment over Louise Fidesz, and Louise is trying to get back on terms on her. Louise is digging in hard. This is going to be close as they come through to the last 5 or 6 metres. As they come into touch, it is a first place and gold medal goes to Summer Everson in a time of 2:05.73. Second place and silver medalist is Louise Fidesz in a time of 2:06.04. And third and bronze medalist Ever Ives in a time of 2:07.82. So if you can clear the water, please. Swimmers, clear the water, please. We now come to our final and the final event of today, which is event 484, the open male 10 years and over, 200 metres breaststroke championship final. And your finalists, as they come to the blocks, please give them a very big warm welcome. First in lane 9 to Oliver Fennick. In lane 0, Hugo Carnagi. In lane 8, Alexander Gregory. In lane 1, Gabriel Taggart. In lane 7, Reef Lawson. In lane 2, Sebastian Brown. In lane 6, Maxwell Hosier. In lane 3, Alexander Ball. In lane 5, Benjamin Taggart. And in lane 4, Cho Ho Chan. Your finalists for the 10 years and over 200 metre breaststroke championship. So does anyone go under 2:30? Already got a group of about 4 swimmers, all in a line. Being led at the moment, I think, by Ben Taggart. As they turn, it is Alexander Ball actually, 33.78, Ben Taggart 33.89, 33.97, Chun Ho Chan and Alexander Gregory 34.97. Three of them now turning together. Look like this is where the medals may end up. In lane 3, we've got Alexander Ball. In lane 4, we've got Chun Ho Chan, and then we got Benjamin Taggart in lane 5. These three quite a way clear now of Alexander Gregory. So Alexander at 112, 112 Chun, and then Ben Taggart 112, 115 Alexander Gregory, Maxwell Hosier 116. Still nothing between them. 3 swimmers all fighting for the 3 medals, but now it is Chun Ho Chan from Watford trying to push on now in the middle of these 3. Being chased by his teammate Ben Taggart and Alexander Ball from Potters Bar. Coming up to the final turn, they're all still in this. Turning first, Chun at 151, 151 for Ben Taggart, Alexander Ball 151. Half a second between them. Max Hosier now up into 4th, 157. But Chun it is in the lead, coming up to the final turn. And he turns in the lead, in gold medal position, Chun Ho Chan. But now coming under pressure by Alexander Ball alongside him in lane 3. Alexander right up alongside. Ben Taggart trying to get there too. Alexander goes to the front with just 2 strokes to go. And the winner there and gold medalist with a fabulous last few strokes. Alexander Ball with a time of 2:29.04. Second was Chun Ho Chan, and silver medalist in 2:29.46. And third place and bronze medalist, a time of 2:30.55, Benjamin Taggart. So you may leave the pool, swimmers, may leave the pool to the side. I hope you had a great day. That's our final of the day. We have finally got there at 9:10 tonight. And I hope you've all had a great day. If you're coming back tomorrow, hope you enjoy yourselves and you see lots of good swimming. Meantime, thank you to everyone who's helped out again today. And we wish you a safe journey home, and hopefully we'll see lots of you tomorrow.